Australia is constructing one of the largest infrastructure projects in its history, a $31 billion megaproject stretching nearly 1,700 kilometers designed to rewire the nation's logistics spine. This is the Inland Rail, a 990-mile freight line connecting Melbourne to Brisbane, intended to transform the movement of cargo across the continent. But the cost has exploded. Originally priced at $8.4 billion, its estimated value now sits at over $31 billion, pushed years behind schedule. When a foundational national project doubles its price tag in just 2 years, it raises an existential question. Is the Inland Rail still a viable piece of engineering designed to meet a critical national need, or has it become a case study in colossal government mismanagement? Please take a moment to subscribe and like the video. It really helps the channel. Australia is a continental nation of vast distances, but with the majority of its population hugging the eastern and southern coasts. This creates unique logistical challenges. Every day, the clothes we wear, the technology we use, and the food we eat depend on extended supply chains running the gauntlet between the major port hubs of Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. The stakes are enormous. Freight demand on the East Coast is expected to double to nearly 8 billion tons by 2030, an exponential growth that the existing system is simply not equipped to handle. The current supply chain is overwhelmingly dominated by the highway. Approximately 75% of all Melbourne to Brisbane freight currently moves by road. Major arteries like the Hume, Pacific, and Newell highways are operating far beyond their intended capacity, clogged with B-double and road train combinations. This dependency on road freight creates 3 key problems. First, safety. Heavy vehicles are statistically overrepresented in serious road crashes, posing a consistent danger to motorists. Second, congestion. Freight trucks must push into cities and through regional centers to access ports, slowing down everything and raising the cost of last-mile delivery. Third, infrastructure decay. The immense load of these heavy vehicles inflicts road damage equivalent to hundreds of thousands of cars, leading to exploding maintenance costs for state governments. Without a major modal shift, Australia faces a future of more trucks, more accidents, and perpetual road decay. The existing rail network that connects the eastern capital cities is the legacy of a different era. Built largely near the coast, it was never designed for high-speed, high-volume container freight. The route is notoriously inefficient. It weaves through major metropolitan areas, most notably Sydney, forcing strict curfews to prioritize passenger trains during peak commuter hours. The winding, antiquated track alignments also force trains to slow significantly. The result? A Melbourne to Brisbane journey can take over 32 hours, making it often slower and less reliable than trucking. This inefficiency has caused rail's share of the intercapital freight market to decline year after year. To be competitive, rail needed a revolutionary change. The idea of an inland freight route is not new. It's a century-long whisper in Australia's infrastructure history. The first concept for a strategic railway connecting the eastern states through the interior was proposed in 1915, but was shelved due to the First World War. It resurfaced after the Second World War, and then faded again. It wasn't until the rise of modern containerization and the freight boom of the 1990s that the idea gained serious political traction. By 2015, a full feasibility study confirmed the immense time and cost savings a dedicated inland route could provide. In 2017, the government of Malcolm Turnbull and Deputy PM Barnaby Joyce finally committed the initial $8.4 billion in funding, the breakthrough moment that moved the idea from blueprint to reality. Inland rail is not merely an upgrade. It is the construction of a purpose-built 1,700-kilometer freight corridor from Melbourne to Brisbane. Its design parameters are what truly define its capability and its cost. It is designed to run trains up to 1.8 kilometers long, nearly the length of 18 football fields, and is fully engineered for double-stacked containers, maximizing volume and efficiency. This design allows for higher speeds, heavier loads, and dedicated operations free from passenger interruptions. The construction is divided into 13 separate projects. About 600 kilometers of the line is entirely new alignment carved through plains, farms, and foothills, while the remaining 1,100 kilometers is an essential upgrade of existing track to handle the new height and width requirements of double-stacked containers. The first section, Parks to Narromine, was commissioned in 2020. The economic play of inland rail is twofold: efficiency and regional development. By adopting a direct inland alignment, the route bypasses the congested urban bottlenecks of Sydney entirely. The performance target is ambitious and essential, moving freight from Melbourne to Brisbane in under 24 hours. This transit time is designed to directly undercut and compete with long-haul trucking, creating the modal shift Australia desperately needs. The secondary and perhaps most transformative benefit is the impact on regional Australia. Towns like Parks, Moree, and Toowoomba are positioned to become new logistical hubs. The entire corridor acts as a regional development strategy, creating new terminals and warehousing sites. The project promises a massive economic boost, with estimates of $16 billion added to GDP over 50 years, alongside around 16,000 jobs created during the construction phase across 3 states. For Australian agriculture, the line offers farmers faster access to multiple ports, improving competitiveness and resilience. Despite the clear benefits, the inland rail has become a flashpoint for controversy and political recrimination. The most glaring issue is the cost blowout. The initial commitment of $8.4 billion has been surpassed multiple times. An independent review released in 2023 found the cost estimate had ballooned to $31.4 billion. This astonishing increase was attributed to a multitude of factors, including immature preliminary designs, prolonged approval processes, skills shortages, and supply chain issues. The timeline has suffered equally. Construction began in 2018, but the full line is now not expected to be complete until 2030 to 2031. The government has now focused on delivering the southern section, Melbourne to Parks, first, aiming for completion around 2027. Beyond the financials, the project has faced fierce route controversies. Farmers in Queensland and New South Wales fear the line's alignment, particularly across key floodplains, could worsen natural flooding by acting as an unintended dam. There are serious concerns about properties being severed and water flows being diverted. Indigenous groups have also raised concerns about cultural heritage sites, such as the Pilliga Forest. The review of 2023 also delivered a damning assessment of the project's governance, noting inadequate board skills and significant oversight issues, necessitating the restructure and injection of new expertise into the project management body. The inland rail is partially built, significantly over budget, and years behind schedule. Yet its necessity is widely accepted. It is a vital artery for a nation facing a road freight crisis and a powerful engine for regional growth. It demonstrates the inherent complexity of building large-scale infrastructure in the 21st century. A battle fought not just against the landscape, but against cost escalation, political short-termism, and deeply held community concerns. The vision remains: faster freight, safer roads, and a more resilient economy. The gamble is whether $31 billion is the right price to pay for that future.